It's the meat event, boys. This one is absolutely spicy. We got the Predator, Francis Ngannou, taking out Stipe Miocic. Yo, real quick, a little knuckle curve for you. Am I tripping, or when did Francis Ngannou add both an apostrophe and the Roman numerals to his name?
Yeah, I have no idea. I thought that was quite interesting myself. Looks like Tapology has found some sort of new information that I am unaware of.
New information for sure, but is there going to be new information in this one? Because it's a rematch. Stipe Miocic absolutely smacked Francis in their last one. Dana said that Francis' ego sort of got out of whack. He was going in there absolutely destroying everyone, and then Stipe managed to just make light work of him. I mean, there were moments in that fight where Francis landed some shots, but overall, it was just a 5 round dismantling in a fight where Francis seemed to just be kind of lost out there, truly. So I'm very interested to see how this rematch now years later goes. After Francis lost to Stipe, he had that weird fight versus Derek Lewis in a fight that should have probably been a draw. I didn't think anyone really did enough to win in that fight, but nonetheless, Derek Lewis did get the win. And you could just tell Francis still mentally wasn't all there. Not a lot of time had elapsed between that first loss to Stipe, and he wasn't quite there. But after that loss, he went to see a sports psychologist, got a new coach, started working with Eric Nixick, and he seems to be back on that track, and his mental clarity seems to be all the way there. But it's going up against Stipe, and I'm super surprised to see Stipe as an underdog in this one, because as we saw in that first fight, I mean, Stipe had just used his wrestling heavy attack and just pinned Francis to the ground. Francis was not able to get up, and I've heard all of these improvements supposedly about Francis Ngannou's ground game and how it's as of now in March 2021 is going to be ready to deal with Stipe. But if we look at all of Francis' recent wins, they're coming just by YOLO meat bombs. They're coming by KOs. It's been the same Francis destruction that we saw during the first run. So I'm very anxious to see the actual wrestling, the actual ground game in the octagon. Because I mean, training, is one thing, and we can hear the hype, and a lot of people are bullish on it. But uh, I don't know if I'm seeing this one any different. So, what are your thoughts on this one? Do you think Francis is a deserved favorite in this one? Because I'm kind of disagreeing with Brock Lesnar.
Nagano's a piece of Miocic the piece of
And I think both these guys are tough, but I'm leaning Stipe. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think this is, I mean, a dream fight, to see Francis new and improved. At least that's what they're selling it to us as, right? Francis, where he's got this slick ground game, he's got a gas tank and all that. We already know what Stipe can do. We already know, he's the fireman. He is, the best heavyweight in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure why he needs to prove it again, but he will for all the haters and doubters, because it does seem a lot of people are bullish on Francis, and it's like, did they forget? I don't know. And did they forget how good Stipe is, what he's been doing, and how much of a one-sided a smother sesh that was the first fight. And honestly, I haven't seen Stipe getting it done on the feet. I think he's the better stand-up. He's the more technical fighter, better gas tank. He's better all around. So I have to go with, and still, Stipe Miocic is getting it done by TKO ground and pound, baby. You.
TKO ground and pound, Stipe with the finish. That would be pretty interesting. I'd love to see it. I am just super interested in the fact though that everyone's talking about Ngannou's ground game, but if you look over at Tapology, 43% is going with Ngannou, and the whole thing is basically brown. So it seems as though everyone who's bullish on Francis are bullish for the same reasons they were in the first fight. Francis is going to land a YOLO meat bomb and knock out Stipe, but it didn't go down that way, and I don't know. It just seems as though everyone is ready to dip back into that Francis KO sauce, but
Mhm.
Stipe is a different beast, man, and I haven't seen enough evolution in Francis's game in order for me to pick him against Stipe Miocic in this one, because I don't think that the Golden Gloves boxer in Miocic and just his absolute savage stand-up game is gonna succumb to Francis's YOLO meat bomb. So obviously Francis is always a threat. If he does connect with you, he can put you out, but I see Stipe being as too smart of a fighter to allow that to happen. I also like the over 1.5 in this one, boys. It's near pick'em. maybe slight minus money, but check that out because I mean, if unless Francis gets this done in the first round, which isn't something we've seen Stipe succumb to historically, that seems like a decent value pick for me over 1.5 round for sure. So I'm going with Stipe. I'm with you. I think he finds a way to get this done. I'm not sure if I'm as bullish on the TKO KO finish, but that sure would be something. You'd love to see it. So I'm going with Stipe. I think it's going to be a similar fight to the last one, and I lean a Stipe decision. So, any last thoughts on this absolute meat event? This is a straight up banger.
Yeah, no, this is a straight up banger. Can't wait to see Stipe get it done and then fight John Jones. That's going to be an amazing fight too. I see Francis going to Zuffa boxing or maybe even boxing Logan Paul after this. Who knows? I doubt his ego is going to keep him in the UFC. He's losing that NFT he's got coming also. He ain't going to get dubbed. So I feel a little bad that he's going to get cut after this. But I'm excited for the Jones fight. Maybe it was an off day for Francis, but I think Stipe really is the real deal, like we've all seen. And then a lot of forgot, but we're gonna see, who's the better man. Either way, I'm excited for whoever wins. But yeah, smash subscribe, throw a comment below, throw the notification bells on so you get notification for our other videos.